Alright. So, third game that we have for tonight is called Blasted Fortress. I'm gonna go see if Jason Brown is ready. Yeah. Alright, here we go. Hey Jason, how you doing? Hello? Oh, he's putting on his mic. Hello?
Sorry about that.
No worries. I can hear you fine. How you doing, man?
Good.
Pretty good, pretty good. While I get your game set up here, do you want to explain to everyone who you are and what Blasted Fortress is and what you do on it?
Yeah. I am Jason Brown. I'm with Dapper Swan Games. And basically, I did everything on Blasted Fortress. I did virtually everything except for some testing, and I got some, some art help occasionally. But aside from that, it was a long, grueling process alone.
Yeah, so I don't know what's happening out there. Like, apparently there was a car crash or something. Like, it's really super loud. So I'm just going to mute my microphone for a bit, but why don't you just tell people what Blasted Fortress is?
Sure. So, Blasted Fortress is our first game and has kind of a weird history to it. Suffice to say, I'm scared of the fact that it is now following up such a beautiful game, Mind Path to Thalamus, because it's a pixel game that has its issues. I'm not even gonna lie about it, but anyways, it's supposed to be about like a really arcadey story where it's just this sort of tribe of like this voodoo tribe that is constantly being harassed by soldiers and things after like moving into their land, and they're getting fed up with it.
Absolutely, that's a good reason to start shooting shit.
And as you can see, there's now the very first really huge problem.
The game's upside down?
Why is that happening?
I don't know. Why is the game upside down? Is it supposed to be like that?
No.
No? That's funny as hell.
I had a feeling that this was going to be just like this. I'm prepared to make fun of myself. I'm prepared to make fun of the product that we push out because
it's upside down, and like even the controls are inverted a little bit. So like up is down and down is up.
So
maybe I should restart the game.
No, don't do that. Let's hope that this fixes itself when we get past the tutorial. Oh, for heaven's sake!
Hey, I think it's pretty funny.
Well, yeah, this is the first game we ever made, and when I say that, I mean the game started like 2 years ago, and has a very poor history to it. A lot of frustration trying to find people to test the game, and things like that. So, it's like a big surprise every time when somebody plays it and they find something that is weird on their computer.
I do have a controller plugged in right now. It might be due to that.
Oh, I would doubt that.
Okay, I've had lots of problems with having my controller plugged in while I play indie games. So
Yeah, that won't be a problem here. This is this is an engine issue, but it's one that I overlooked.
I just gotta change the name of the game here real quick. Okay. Search. Okay. Well, you're not on the Twitch library, that's alright. We'll force it.
Highly embarrassing.
I think they Are you guys on Steam? I don't know if you were or not.
No, we're on we're on green light.
Yeah.
We're about 70% to the top 100, but still just kind of waiting to get pushed over on that. Now, just out of curiosity, was this we pushed a build?
Yeah, this is the latest one. I grabbed that.
I do wonder if that has anything to do with it. Well,
Maybe.
we're right side up now, though.
Yeah, well, that's a good start.
I mean, obviously the video's a little behind for me, so I'm just seeing now that.
Yeah. So, okay. This is how we get. Here's the shop. Yeah.
So, anyways, after the bugs, you get to the town, and it's kind of like an alternation between going back to the town and doing battles and things. And the idea is that you're breaking castles, which are composed of blocks.
Yeah.
And it's been likened to Angry Birds, but honestly, I had never even played Angry Birds while I was making this before, so I was thinking it was more like Crush the Castle.
It does have a lot of similarities to it, aside from the fact that there's like an RPG aspect to it. So, they said something about workshop. Is that it? Yeah, that's what I want. I want cannonballs, right?
Yeah.
You
want?
Oh wait, no, I already have 100. Cluster ball. All right, and they said something about a new cannon, but I was too busy listening to what you were saying.
That's all right. Well, we're all having too much fun at the upside downs and such.
Yeah, well, the words were the right way up, and that's a good start. Let's just go back into combat here. Yeah. Oh, sieges! Oh my god. Let's try a humongous, large one.
I would highly recommend just not raising the difficulty when you start, because that'll make the blocks harder to break, which is not fun unless you have sufficiently leveled up your everything.
I see. So I want to break the blocks here, and after the gold, maybe.
You're after the all those boxes there that have health bars.
Oh, cool. Physics is in play here.
Right. Yeah, that was the very first version of this game was actually in 3D, and we just wanted it to be like 3D. Everything is just physical and falls apart. But then we got like these floppy buildings where they would just. It was like a house of cards. It was like a house of cards. So you just hit them with something, and then. They would just sort of collapse on themselves very quickly.
Sure. I noticed that you can push the wood around without it having any sort of structure to it, which is kind of interesting. Let's try a different one. That's 2 for the scatter shot. Oh yes, that's more my flavor.
Yeah, that scatter shot there is good against the wood blocks. There's a little bit of like underlying strategy in the sense that the single large cannonballs are stronger against stone, and the scatter shot breaks up the wood faster. But once you unlock more cannonballs, it starts to be more a matter of like just what you want to do, rather than
that seems the best strategy. Cheating a little bit. I'm just shooting constantly.
Yeah, when you run out of ammunition for something, you're allowed to fire these dirt clods out of your cannon, but you don't really get any points for anything that you break.
Oh, okay.
Using those.
Or maybe I should throw back the cannons then.
Yeah.
Fail. Oh, you have time?
Right. See, the reason I even wanted to sort of come in here and talk about this.
Yeah.
I think I don't know if we have any game developers in here, but there's just a lot to learn from this. There's so much that we learned from making this, and there's a lot of good stuff and bad stuff, and I'm not afraid to just sort of list off all the bad stuff.
Sure.
It's you want to explain everything more than you think you should when you make a game, because you're not always going to have the developer here to just basically tell you how to do everything.
Yeah, sure.
And when you're making something like this in a pressure cooker for a year, you know how to do everything, and you think it's obvious.
Yeah, tunnel vision, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, but every time I see somebody play it, I notice that they don't know how to do something that I thought was obvious. But when you look at somebody else doing it, you realize this is not obvious at all, and you need to dial up the tutorial a bit.
This purple stuff. How do I deal with the purple stuff?
The purple stuff is those are plague blocks. And what happens with those is if they are still connected to any of the structure, they'll actually spread themselves to the other blocks nearby when you hit them.
It definitely feels like it. I can't... They're really strong, too.
Yeah, those, I believe those will take extra damage from your single shot.
Alright, I'm going to swap to the nothing Claude. See if I can deal with them that way. There we go. Now cooking with gas.
Amarithnar says, time to follow. I think that means some sort of entertainment has come out of this.
Excellent. Yeah, I saw the follows before. I would have... Man. This game is no joke. It's kicking my butt.
Yeah, when you're starting off early, you definitely want to...
What's a good... Yeah, sorry. What's a good strategy for you were mentioning just now?
Well, a good strategy for starting off, which I should explicitly say in game, is that. In fact, I was thinking about just preventing you from doing larger sieges. I think the best strategy to start off is to do small sieges at the lowest difficulty, because they're very, very tiny and usually only have like 1 or 2 resource crates to break.
Oh yeah.
And when you call the resource crates, that's how you win the siege.
I just won. That was easy. Big difference.
Yeah, and you'll eventually unlock new types. For instance, there's a type of cannonball that can stick to the building and then it'll explode and do some area damage to everything, and that's kind of a useful all-arounder. But then there's one that'll actually set the blocks on fire, and of course wood burns much longer, and so there's little strategies there. Although I know some people who they sort of forgo strategy, and if you want to, you can just brute force by buying a bunch of explosive cannonballs and
yeah, that'll do it.
Doing that.
This guy didn't build his house very well. It fell down the moment I got here.
Yeah, that is true.
Build your house better, bub.
Sorry, dude.
Hastily made defenses against a single cannon.
Well, it doesn't work very well, does it?
Nope. So you said you've been working on this for, what, 2 years? Something like that?
Yeah, well, I sort of do have to go through this history of this game because it's interesting. This is also why you should not publish your first game that you create in an engine that you're unfamiliar with. Now that we're familiar with the engine, we do much more impressive things in it.
Yeah, I saw that you got another game in the works at the moment.
Yeah, and we do have another one also in addition to that that's under wraps, but and it's not even under tight wraps. It's not like a new IP or anything. It's just in fact, I don't even care. I'll say it right now. We are working on Blasted Fortress 2, and
nice.
And there are a few things in that.
All right, let's come up with a name for it right now.
Sure.
Blasted Fortress 2, the reblasting. Blasted Fortress 2, the Castle Strikes Back. That's... What else can we come up with here? Blasted Fortress 2. We've got wood.
We've got wood.
We've got wood. Chat will come up with a few in a minute. It'd be great.
Yeah.
It'd be glorious.
Yeah,
Though
definitely.
chat, anything you come up with, he's free to use. Just keep that in mind.
And if you have anything to say, bad or good, especially bad, I like the bad stuff because I'm an information sponge as far as what people want to see.
Yeah.
Versus, because when you're making a game and you don't have a lot of input from the outside, you usually have to rely on like your family members, and your family will look at something that you've made and they'll go, "It's good."
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
But,
yeah. No, it's perfect. And then you're just like, are you crazy? I mean, it's terrible. I want constructive feedback rather than just, it's good. Trust me, it's good. You got nothing to worry about. It's like, no, I got plenty to worry about.
So this is basically what a game looks like if everybody who you ever asked said it's good.
Yeah. I mean, like, finding someone who can be constructive with the criticism is really difficult.
Yeah.
And, I mean, once you find that person, maybe it's super easy to, like, there's clearly another way to do this tower, but I'm just brute forcing it and smashing my way through all the boulders here. But, once you find that person, it's kind of like you stick with them because they would give you the most honest feedback you possibly can imagine. And it's hard making a game. I mean, like I made a few myself, and it's always like it always suffers from the same problem of I know how to play it. I've been playing it for years,
right.
So theoretically speaking, anyone else could play it the same way, but it never works out that way because you're always your worst critic when it comes to that sort of stuff, and it's one of those cases of like you're playing a game and you know exactly how to do something. It kind of reminds me of the old Sierra, point and click adventure games where you got to put the tuner on the small boy so that he can open the door for you. It's like how is anyone to know how to do that aside from just testing everything? And to you, it makes perfect sense. It's like, because he really likes tuner, but no one in their right mind would ever know what that is. So,
I sat there for 10 hours programming it. I know exactly why this is the case.
Exactly, yeah. Let's ratchet up the difficulty a little bit. Let's see what
the plus one should be color coded to the type of resource picked up. I agree. That is good feedback. I have no complaints there. This would be super fun on a phone. Any plans for Android versions?
Oh yeah, Android.
I'd like to. I know this is going to sound stupid, and
nothing can sound more stupid in my channel. Don't worry about it. Some stupid shit has been definitely said in this channel.
I know this is going to sound silly given the game's look, but I did think about releasing the game on Android or just some mobile device like a tablet, a strong tablet. Because the thing is, this game is kind of it's not that easy to run. There's a lot of physics going on, and I would definitely have to do some optimization.
Sure.
And seeing as this was basically the first game we made in the Unity engine, virtually nothing is optimized to the way that I know how to do it now. What we have of Blasted Fortress 2 runs better, and the technology is like 10 times better. For instance, we were able to do things like if you cut a building in half, the top half falls down, intact. Things like that. Things that people sort of expect to happen in this game, but that was something that we heard, not often, but occasionally we get somebody who say, well, I cut the underside out from this building, but it's still just floating there. And I'm like, yeah, well, that's hard to do. Yeah. It's hard to do the thing that you're asking for, but we have stuff like that in the sequel. But
dang it,
it's something you sort of have to just figure out with time. And you know what? Overall, I'm happy about how the game sort of did on stores and so forth, I mean, it was a little frustrating because nobody knows who you are at first. It's hard to get your game out there. There's a lot of saturation, but this game had no budget, so you go in with no budget and you make anything, and you should be pretty happy about that.
Yeah.
Is there an upgrade that gives you a tracer line for the shots? If you could go ahead and hit the Alt key, I believe that gives you like a long arrow.
Alt key?
Okay. Or maybe it doesn't. I
can't remember.
I can't remember anymore. It's been so long. I know at some point we had something that acted as a... it was just a very long arrow coming from the cannon, so you'd be able to... I know what they're asking for. They want prediction.
Yeah.
That is definitely something that we'd be
I'll
able
just
to
start pressing
do.
buttons, and then I'll see if it comes.
Press every button except the ones that will make the game explode.
So all of them.
All of them.
What's the button to turn the game upside down?
That's a good question.
That's a cool button.
I don't know.
Alright, so what is the point of this Stegosaurus? I'm sitting here just getting gold out of him, so...
Yeah, this is, at some point you may find that you are out of gold, and maybe if you're really bad, you're also out of ammunition. And so the Stegosaurus slot machine is kind of the answer to that. And of course, as intuition would dictate, he barfs gold.
I mean, why wouldn't he?
I don't know. Seems like the right thing to do.
Add one talisman to the Juju bot.
Right.
I don't think I've found a talisman yet.
It would be bad if it was perfect prediction, but just a little bit to show how it's not a shoot direct to the crosshairs. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Sort of like Peggle. Have you ever played Peggle?
Absolutely.
They show you they show you how the initial trajectory will go, but they don't show you any further bounces.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of a good thing to have.
It's also tied to like the type of class you play in that game too, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. I think one of them lets you see an additional bounce.
I think it was the... Who was it? It was the unicorn guy.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
Oop. I'm going about this all the wrong way, I think.
Those other gray blocks are actually keystone blocks.
Yeah.
Those have supreme toughness, and they also act a bit like wooden blocks, so they give support to everything around them. The support system in this game, the way that it was programmed, I don't know how it works myself. To be honest with you,
I just kind of made a thing.
I did make a thing.
I'm very proud of my thing.
Yeah, sometimes I have been proud.
I've been known to be proud of my thing. Don't take that out of context, guys. You're not allowed to.
Yes. Please don't.
Don't quote me on this, but... Oh, got some... Oh. Man, that was a hard one. I'm gonna make some more.
Yeah, it's all those chandeliers, they get in the damn way.
They do get in the damn way. Should learn their place. Stay on the
Well,
roof.
yeah. Honestly.
Oh, cool. So you have the farming system in the game that's related to, like, the season as well, by the looks of things.
Yeah, there's a lot of... I know this isn't going to make any sense, but I thought to myself, you know how, like, Animal Crossing does stuff when you're not playing?
Yeah.
I like that, and I thought, PC games have always technically been able to do that. And all you have to do is take the date that you quit the game, and you pass that against the date that someone has just picked up the game, and you can do stuff in that time. So one of the ways I thought would be kind of cool is if you pick up meat from these resource crates, which you then use as like a fertilizer, but it's used gradually to give you gold. Sort of implied that you fertilize the fields and sell the crops to make gold. So if you're not playing and then you come back later, you'll notice that your meat will have converted 1-to-1 to gold, depending on how long you hadn't been playing. Because this is ultimately sort of a game that was meant to be played in short bursts, so stuff happens that is beneficial to you while you're gone.
Yeah.
So you can come back and be like, oh, I've got something that I didn't necessarily earn, but, it's just like, you weren't playing, so here's a little something.
Or you could just skip the time on your computer forward. And
You can do that. If you skip the time forward on your computer for Blasted Fortress, then you are a good fan.
Gotta
of
get my
ours.
fix, man. Gotta get my
Because
fix.
I would never do such a thing.
He says as he's done it plenty of times, probably. Is there any reason not to shoot it as hard and as fast as I can?
That generally there's no reason not to. The only exception to that would be if you want to lob a particular cannonball type. Usually the ones that you would unlock, like the fireball, which sets things on fire. Maybe if there's an open roof and you want to bounce it around through the roof, you can do that. As someone said in the chat, that would actually be a good use for knowing what the trajectories are, because it's extremely difficult to do. You sort of have to master the power levels to figure that out yourself.
Almost got it. But I fucked it up. Any built-in cheats? That's a good question.
Yeah, built-in cheats. As far as like Konami code level cheats, I would say no. I consider the spells that you can buy to sort of be cheats, because it takes the idea of using the cannon, and it's like, well, you don't have to use the cannon because now we used telekinesis and lifted all the blocks up and slammed them down on the ground.
You can get spells in this game. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, off to the left there's counters with 3 buttons. One of them is one of those is the top one is for a fire spell, which will drop a laughing, flaming skull down and set a pretty large area of blocks on fire. The second one's a telekinesis spell, so anything that's not bolted to the structure still will sort of float up in the air and then come slamming back down. And then the third one will turn a random block on the battlefield into a poisonous block that sprays this nasty acid at everything nearby and damages blocks. So
way to do it.
Yeah, I mean, if you wanna add spells to a game like this, you got to sort of go over the top.
Yeah. No Big Daddy cheat codes or anything like that in here?
No. I mean, I'm always tempted to add some really silly big cheat code to one of our games just to see if someone will memorize it. For instance, I've memorized the Turok Dinosaur Hunter big cheat code all these years. It's one of my only skills.
I think the first one that I ever remembered was, I think it was Age of Empires 2 or 1. You type in Big Daddy, you get a car with a laser on the top. I was like, yep, that'll do it.
That's good.
That'll do it. So tell me more. Tell me about this marketplace you got here, because it seems like it's related to. Wow. Okay. Treasure room. It seems like it's related to what other players are using.
In a perfect world, that would be the case. What it does the next best thing, which is that based on real time, it will fluctuate. So if you come back in real life tomorrow, or even just a bit later, the prices will be different. So basically, the use for that would be if you happen to be playing the game during a time when the market prices are low, then you would, buy up a ton of ore, and then when the prices become more favorable to the conversion rate, you would sell all of your ore for gold, which of course you could throw into your vault if you'd like.
Nah, keeping money is for suckers. I keep it under the bed, and when I need to use it, I put it in my sock.
Well, the vault is like a big sock.
A big... That's a strange way of putting it.
Yeah, the vault is like a very abstract, sort of a subjective way of determining how far you've gotten in the game, because as you put gold in there, you get to go down to the vault and see it all sprinkling down into a giant pile.
You should do what Fable did and add like once your gold is this high, you can climb to the top and get this chest.
Yeah, that'd be cool. The idea of the vault was originally kind of inspired by, in World of Goo, when you get those goo balls, you can actually build a tower out of it.
Yeah.
I had originally wanted to do something a little bit more, maybe interactive with the vault.
Or you just leave it as a giant pile of money. That also works too.
Just make it rain.
So, the way that I unlock is extra shooting things, ammo, is to fight beasts. How do I go about doing that?
In town, there's a witch doctor in front of a big pot.
Yeah,
or a big vat.
Yeah.
And when you put enough of your level ups into that, you will unlock the ability to fight a beast. And a beast fight is not like a normal siege at all, because you are just fighting this kind of big animal that is throwing rocks and stuff at you. And he has some sort of a basic like boss AI, so he's vulnerable only when he's doing particular things, and he'll block your attacks if you're just shooting mindlessly. Then you won't catch him off guard, and he'll just block all your stuff.
So I'm just gonna keep doing sieges until I can get enough XP to get into the. Alright, so don't hit the top of this tower because there's a purple guy up there. See, I'm gonna spend my XP onto getting into the putting the talisman into the juju pot, so I can fight a beast eventually.
Yeah, and all you'll ever have to do is fight a beast, any given beast, one time, and as long as you beat him, you'll get the ammo type that's attributed to him.
Oh, good. Damn it. I don't want to do it like that. Thank God for these triple shots.
I know, it's wonderful. Feels good.
Oh, look at that gold just sprayed out like that. The music got a very sort of Donkey Kong vibe to it as well.
Yeah, well, that's some high praise. I have no musical bones in my body, and I ended up having to make all the music myself.
Oh, what? I failed. It was so close. Well, it sounds good. I mean, it's a nice sort of music. It's got like sort of like that sort of bippity boppity vibe that Donkey Kong had. Where it's like the first few stages of Donkey Kong, at least, when you're just running around doing anything.
Yeah, I never thought of it that way, but that's probably what it sounds most close to.
Bippity boppity, yeah.
Bippity boppity.
All right, so now don't fuck this up, Dave. We can do this.
Now, if you go to the job board and make sure to take quests, which are usually kind of those simple things where it's you're kind of doing it anyways, like break so many wood blocks. It's like, well,
okay, so you actually have to actively take the quests.
Yeah,
I thought I was just looking at the quests that you currently have active.
You get to pick which one you want to take.
Right.
because I figure some of them will not be to some people's taste. Like, personally, I don't like the win streak ones because I'm not good at win streaks, but I know some people are, so
I see.
I must be allowed at least one loss for every 3 plays.
I don't think I'm gonna get this one. Even though I almost did it perfectly.
The resources you get are still, you still keep the resources even if you don't win. But of course, you want the XP.
Yes, you do. Come on. Get there! No! No! Damn it! Close. Fuck. If people would stop having accidents around me, my life would be amazing.
Yeah.
Alright, job's board. Let's
Understood.
Oh, geez. Take any type of blocks. Alright, that's easy. I can do that in my sleep. I need to get some more cannon shots.
Yes.
Oh, there's a break 100 blocks for 10 XP. That's pretty rough. I thought it was 10 blocks, but it's actually 100 blocks. Alright. We'll get there. I need cannons. Can't buy them fast enough.
I believe you can hold shift. You'll buy 10 at a time.
Oh, wow. Would you look at that? It's like you've done this plenty of times and you're like, God damn it, I just gotta fix that somehow.
Yeah, after so many times clicking.
This guy in his house.
Just for your own sanity, you have to do it.
Beat these rocks into this guy. Got him.
I mean, I guess while we have a little bit more time, I'll just talk briefly about kind of what we're doing for Blasted Fortress 2.
Yeah,
since,
absolutely. Go into it.
You know, my main goal with the sequel is to fix kind of all the little shortcomings, or maybe where the first game is kind of skimpy on features. I mean, we charge $5 for the game because I think that's I think it's a fair price for.
Yeah.
It's not gonna blow your mind or change the world or anything. It's something that you just want to break stuff and it's late and whatever. But yeah, in the sequel, where we've got bigger buildings that you can cut them into pieces, they'll fall realistically. It's kind of everything everyone wanted and expected when they first played this, before they sort of got used to it. So they'll have to get used to something new, but it's in a good way.
Uh-oh. Shit.
We're gonna have new siege weapon types because why stick to just a cannon? The one that we have in development to start is it's a big battering ram that has a flamethrower on it, so
That'll do it.
can't really go wrong there. It's fun, and you can actually move the siege weapons back and forth because the levels are now scrolling, like the actual sieges will scroll side to side because they're kind of large now.
Oh, nice.
And there is also going to be sort of this almost like side-scrolling real-time strategy going on at the same time with some troop combat. So that's something sort of missing from the first game, where it's like, you're kind of just going up these buildings and nobody seems to particularly care that you're mowing down their castles.
It's kind of almost like they want you to do it.
It is almost like that. In reality, only I want you to do it.
Well, I think I failed this mission. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of like some of the times it's not worth going up in difficulty, but that extra XP is like kind of necessary. Especially if you want to do it quick like I do, if you only got an hour to play the game.
It's a little bit grindy, so it's never... I find it hasn't lived well through streaming.
Yeah.
It's something that you just... you sort of pick up and play on and off on a constant basis, and then it's like, you know, maybe day 4 or whatever, playing the game, you're like, oh, I unlocked this new cannonball, and I mean, I think everybody kind of gets the idea, at least, or what we were sort of going for here.
Yeah.
It's
thought I got rid of that healing thing. It's coming back to bite me in the butt.
yeah, it is. It wants your butt.
That pause. It wants your butt. Should I say it? I mean, it kind of does. Fuck it. Cannonball time. Damn it, Cannon Castle. You have bested me for the last time. Ugh, that healing thing. Alright, normal baby mode for me, I think. Getting schooled by the game, so...
Yeah, it's tempting to go up, but then you just get beat down and you get very discouraged. You know, if there's sort of like if we were to do a sort of one last hurrah patch for this game, it would be like tripling the XP.
Yeah?
Basically. Because I progressed at a good clip in the game, but then I was playing it for like 8 hours a day while I was testing it, so...
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, like, it's one of those, like, things, like, how do you get the curve for reward up high enough that people want to continue playing the game?
Right.
It's kind of like the Call of Duty thing, like, even when you level up, you get a brand new gun and everything's amazing, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And you should be, theoretically, you should be getting stuff to, like, make that little tick in your brain feel a little better for playing the game, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's a giant study on it, actually, in especially in the mobile game scene, where, like, when is the best time to do that?
I mean, although this was kind of like this was in many ways like a scientific experiment of, like, maybe just learning what we can do and what we can't do in games. There was some forethought going into certain things, like, for instance, the fact that you always get something when you go into a siege. Like, unless you really screw it up bad, you'll
I have been doing on a constant basis.
You'll come out with resources at least, or, you know, if you don't get the XP that you want, you'll at least, you know, you'll see that all the resources that you got sort of dial up with the wrap-up screen. And you get that sort of feeling that you've done at least something, that you haven't done absolutely nothing with your life.
That's kind of deep there, man. You've done nothing with your life. Wow, these blocks actually go down pretty quickly when you're in easy mode, which kind of makes me think that some of the quests are just better just done on, like, the simplest mode so that you can get the most XP.
Yeah, definitely. The difficulties have a multiplier. It says 1x, 1.5x, 2x. That's actually a health multiplier for the blocks.
Oh, not XP, not experience.
You will gain more experience, but that's how the difficulty affects the game. That's the only way, as far as I remember, is that it'll just increase the health of the blocks, but you do get more XP for it.
I see.
So when you get to that higher level, you'll be able to break stuff faster and get more XP doing it.
I'm getting a fair amount of XP by just doing the small stuff now.
Yeah.
On easy.
You sort of just cut through it now, nice and fast. Get what you want and get out.
God damn it. I done goofed. This particular mission here I haven't been able to beat yet. So when it comes to like the levels that it selects, are you picking from a random pool, or is this something that the computer has made, then you've gone with, okay, this is the easy size ones? Like how did that originally come about?
Yeah, actually it's, I mean, I think it's a little bit of both of what you're saying. Those are all handmade levels, but we don't. I don't decide what size they are. The game decides what size they are. I just make them and throw them into the pool, and the game decides where they're to be categorized.
Sure.
So I don't have to worry about like, is this a small? Is this a medium? Well, the game will count the blocks, and it'll count the resource rewards, and it'll decide where it belongs. So if there's too many crates on a level that is big, it'll still be like, well, this is actually not that hard because there's so many resources. You know, you're getting so much stuff doing it.
Yeah. Now we're kicking along at a good pace.
Yeah.
I'll take that job on.
Now, what we're doing in the sequel is we want the player to have buildings as well that they are defending at the same time that they're doing a siege, because I think it's just more interesting if you're kind of going back and forth between, I'm trying to take down this guy's building, but also they're hammering away at mine, and we've also got troops clashing on the ground, and it's very hectic. There's a lot going on, and it just makes it a lot more organic and interesting, I think.
Yeah. We might even get to fight a beast if we're lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah. Getting that XP like a madman.
If we get to that point, I'll just tell you how to beat it, just for the sake of the stream, because I mean it's not hard to figure out anyways. But because the last thing see, the last thing I want when people get to the beast is, like, I don't want to just give it to them, but I don't want them to like feel like they can't win against it because they took all that time to get the XP to do it.
Oh, so it uses the XP, and then you only have one chance. Oh, that's rough, man.
You have one chance for that run. It would be rough, except it is kind of easy to beat them. I didn't want it to be like, well, you did it now. You spent an hour building up to this point, and now we just took it away from you.
That's right.
I mean, it could happen, but you'd have to be really bad at it. But again, how do I know what really bad at the game is? Because I've been playing it forever.
That's true. Alright.
I would skip the lesser beast because he's not going to give you a cannonball. But if you just go one level beyond him,
okay,
that's where you'll get the thing. Is Dave is really bad.
Yeah, I'm pretty bad at most games. Like, that's not a joke. That is for shizzles the way that I play games. I also break into games quite a lot on this show.
I'm good at some stuff, but a lot of stuff, especially competitive games, I'll just be like...
Anything that requires me to be, like, stressed about something...
Yeah.
Not really my jam, you know?
Yeah, I can't do that either. The hardest thing I'll play is, like... Maybe, like, a Portal game.
Yeah.
Like, that's the most challenge I will take on. You won't catch me playing... the Ninja Gaiden or anything like that.
That's true. I probably won't play that either. Alright, now we got some shots to do. Still can't go up. Right. Oh, this is gonna be easy. Maybe I should start cutting down all the wood blocks in here as well, because that's my quest.
Mm.
Oh, I just passed the level. Okay, doesn't matter. Don't matter. Alright.
So, when we get to that point, the way that you will fight a beast is he's going to bend over occasionally to pick up a rock to throw.
Sexy.
Yes. Although the sexy part's not in your face, so you don't get that enjoyment out of it. I wish that I had done better on adding beast butt to the game, but...
Yeah, you kind of screwed up there a little bit, huh? I mean, like, it was a wasted opportunity for sure.
Yeah. Could have been an attack of some sort. But that's when he's terrible, is when he's picking something up, because he rummages through his little pile of rocks.
Alright, good to know.
And if you hit him at any other point, he's just going to block and it's going to annoy you. So he's like, oh, I don't care.
Don't care.
Don't care.
Peach, jeez. God damn it, Peach.
Yeah, I didn't mean to ignore you, Peach. Make it easier to explode the blocks sooner. Yeah, I think when you said that, he was still playing on 2x difficulty.
Yeah.
Or whatever he was playing at.
Medium difficulty, probably.
Yeah.
I've wised up. I've become a monk of this game now. Twerk in your face. God. Topical. Very topical.
Well, you know, back when this game was made, twerking had not yet become the mainstream thing it is today.
And
I was just a victim of the times, really.
if only we could go back to those blissful times.
Yeah. Now, actually, that was the patch that we pushed today. Was actually we doubled the time bonus, but as I see, that wasn't really sufficient for getting over the problem.
No, I'm still sitting here grinding away on level 1 stuff. So
Pre-Miley twerk.
pre-Miley twerk, yeah.
I don't know if that's going to trend, but we can try.
Just break some wood while we're here. Let's get all woody up in this bitch.
Yeah.
Alright, another level. Hopefully that'll be enough to throw in the old Juju bot. Oh, we probably need one more level. Alright, we can do it.
So when you get to that point, you're going to be able to make a choice of 2 different beasts. One of them is going to unlock the explosive shot that sticks to things, and the other one's going to unlock the one that sets stuff on fire on contact. So,
Which would you prefer, chat?
Good choice. Ask the chat.
When in doubt, chat knows best.
Do you prefer magma balls or exploding balls?
Lots of balls in the stream tonight.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Mine had a big ball in it.
Lots of balls. Blue balls, in fact. Severe case of the blue balls. Guess I should finish this level before I run out of time. Alright.
Well, plays with life. I don't think twerking is something that's easily patched in.
Well, it depends who you ask.
I suppose. Maybe I'm just not good at it.
Twerking or patching the twerk? I mean, depending on your answer, I'll
do you have to be
react
good at
differently.
twerking to patch twerking into the game?
Well, that's like saying, do you need to be good at speaking Spanish to make a translation?
Oh, well then no.
Yeah, good answer. You covered all your bases there.
This is my development style.
I think we've got a level here. If I can just break 6 more wood.
Well, someone made an evil laugh and said fire, so...
Yeah, that'd be Krogan. Yeah, it was Krogan. Fire it is.
Yeah.
There we go. Goddamn levels.
Damn levels.
Alright. So which one was the fire boss?
Now, when you hover over the names, it'll give you a little tooltip there that
Alright.
I believe his name
explosives. Yeah, Lamonas.
And yeah, he's just gonna try not to just fire crazily. Try to, you know, get a shot sort of heating up before he goes to bend over and grab stuff, and then try to time it so that you fire, you know, while he's still there.
I see.
And you know, hopefully we can get through this in the stream and then show everybody fireballs.
Damn it! I haven't hit him yet. Got him.
There you
That
go.
bend over is like really tough to see.
There's a flow. Just gotta
Oh
keep
man,
up that.
he's hurting me.
Does he crap out meat?
He's searching through the meat pile.
Yeah, he's searching through a pile. But if it's better to think that he's crapping the meat, then you can make your own fan fiction. I'm not against that. Send your fan fiction of the beast crapping meat to @DapperSwine, and I will retweet it for you.
Oh, within 160 characters, obviously.
Yes, of course. Don't go posting real stories.
It's too real.
Someone says you should use the triple.
Triple. Oh, baby, a triple shot.
And you know why? Because more chance you'll hit him.
True that.
See, someone's figuring this out.
I had a pretty good method going with the old cannonballs, though.
Yeah. As long as you get the rhythm down.
What? That was a hit. That's clearly a hit. Did he disappear? Oh, I ran out of time! Piece of shit. I didn't realize I was even timing this. Defeated. Well, I think that's pretty much all we have time for, unfortunately. We didn't get to see the boss get killed. But,
It's a cliffhanger ending, I guess.
yeah. Look at all my juju. I ran out of juju.
You lost your mojo.
Yeah, I lost my mojo. Well, thank you very much, Jason, for coming on, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. And I guess you got one last game left in your run.
Yep, one last game for tonight. Road Redemption, yeah. It should be a lot of fun. I am a big fan of Road Rash, so, you know. Anyways,
Yeah.
thank you very much, mate. Do you have any idea when the second game will come out?
Not this year. It'll definitely be out next year. Working on a project right now with another developer. That'll be the next thing we show off.
Okay.
And as for Blasted Fortress 1, we still like supporting games after we put them out because we like people who buy our games and we appreciate them. So we may even continually patch the first game for a while still, even though it's been out for like a year. So maybe expect some XP boosts and so forth.
Yeah, I would appreciate an XP boost.
Yeah, well, how about this? Next patch will be a 3x multiplier because nobody should spend an hour getting to the beast.
No.
Even
Yeah.
if they're bad.
Okay. Just a little slide ball sack tap there just before you leave. I like it. It's fitting punishment for the terribleness that was my stream for night.
No, it's been fun. Thank you.
No, yeah. Well, how about when you get your second game out, you drop me a line and we'll gladly have you on again.
Yes, you will be very impressed.
Oh, excellent. All right, so we got to get moving on. Thank you very much, Jason, once again for coming on. And is there anywhere that they can follow you? Do you have a Twitter or anything like that?
Yes, anyone can follow us on Twitter at DapperSwine and go to dapperswine.com. You can join the community and so forth. Or if you don't want to, then you don't have to. It's your life. You can do whatever you want to do.
Jeez, don't sound so committed to it, man.
Follow me.
Yep. You can also get this game on Dazur as well, so it's a good place to get it if you're interested in that. And XP bonus incoming, so you won't fall in the same holes that I have. Or you might. Maybe he'll make it more difficult. Who knows?
I'll do what I want to do.
All right. Thanks, Jason.
Thank you.
That's it.
Bye.